Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. All kinds of technical difficulties this morning, so I'm feeling just great at this second. But I'm going to breathe through it. Hello, Tanya. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Mid Morning Medium Chat. I am Adam, the Black Swamp Medium. Thank you so much for being here. As always, you guys are awesome. Love seeing it. Good morning, Jennifer. Yay. Hey, Donna. Good morning. So, yes, I'm it's funny. I'm so excited for the show. I can't, you know, I'm going to keep letting that ride through me. Fortunately, some technical stuff is going to then damage part of the show for me, but I'm still going to roll through it. I'm not going to let it hold me back. I kind of dealt with this last week and it was just, I don't know how I fixed it. And then it's not working today. So I'm just going to make the best out of it. Good morning, Diana. Jeff, hello. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have plans to share my screen and let you guys see a lot of stuff of basically the main topic I'm going to get to. And unfortunately, I can't share anything. It's telling me I have to do this and I won't let me do it. So I'm just going to have to just grin and bear it and we'll make the best out of it. But um, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So I'm not gonna let a little technical difficulty, affect the rest of my day because it's loaded. I have a loaded day. So I'm not gonna joke, or well, I am gonna joke, but I'm not gonna kid around too much longer because I got so much I want to get across, and I definitely want to hit the topic. But like always, for people that haven't been here, I like to kind of talk about my week a little bit and just kind of share some things that have been going on. You know, because it's just like anything, we all go through things and sometimes it might relate to you, so you can see that we're all human. And so we all gotta do our thing and keep moving forward as best we can throughout everything. So um I will say, one thing you may notice, my hair is actually down for once. It's pretty rare, isn't it? So, hey, Julie. Good morning, Chris. Hey, Carrie. That should be really rare because I'm actually ready to leave. Like, as soon as the show's over with, I'm going to be like trying to hurry up and post the audio version of this. And then I'm going to be walking out the door. So, hey, Connie, good morning. And so, yeah, I've got a loaded day, and I'm not joking. So, yeah, you guys get to see the hair already cleaned and showered, and I'm all like, I'm just ready to go. Oh, cool, Kelly. That's awesome. Well, this will fill, at least an hour's worth of the drive. So good morning, Margaret. So yeah, so you're getting to see a very clean person, even did a little cheek shave again to kind of give that soft look. So hey Debbie, good morning. So it's awesome. So yeah, it's pretty wild. But yes, I'm going to be, so let me hit that real quick. I'm actually heading out with a couple people. Good morning, Carmen. And I'm going to be hitting a couple people up afterwards. We're going to be heading to a brand new shop that's in the Toledo area, new holistic store. They're also kind of, with the grand opening, they're also have more of like a psychic fair, so it's gonna be awesome to be around a lot of like-minded people. So I am definitely excited about that. And I get to hang out with some cool people. One of them I haven't met yet, so I'm super excited to meet that person. So I'm and Jennifer, and I do have to pause here for a second. Okay, Shannon, real quickly, cheers. I know, Shannon. We've had a few flakes going on ourselves and stuff, but we do. Hey, we know that snow was never truly over with. Spring was last Sunday, so we're gonna see it. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's what we get for living where we live, right? That's Rachel. I'm gonna be there. But I do have to back up because I have to stop before I get into my evening, because I want to hit this person up. Because I wanted to give her, I wanted to give her some credit. And I have to see, I'm going to get emotional because, she's my soul sister. So I have to shout out to Jennifer Passavant. She has been studying her butt off for months now. And she's got some goals. And this is what's cool, is because even with the topic today, it kind of reflects that. And the the idea of when you're listening to your guides and you're trying to move forward with stuff, you know, she did. So she had to take a huge exam yesterday and she passed it. And so I'm over excited for her. I mean, emotional, of course, because I mean, I knew how hard she was studying for this and she really wants it. So I have to tell Jen that, it was so cool to see that and wish her luck. And a couple times throughout the day yesterday, it was getting close. I threw a couple jokes in there to kind of lighten the load for her, just to kind of get her to smile a little bit and stuff. So, typical, Adam style, he's going to try to, fool around a little bit, but at the same time, it's all in purpose. So congrats to Jen and passing her exam. I can't get into, what she's doing and all that fun stuff, but I just at least wanted to call it out because, like I said, it's so cool when people can, they get those messages, they get their guides directing them, and then things start falling into place, just like what I'm going to be talking about shortly. When things fall into place, it's just such an amazing, moment. And like I just wrote, I normally don't post my stuff on my personal page because a lot of people aren't into this stuff, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And but like for me, it was just that goal. I have there was a goal, there was a dream that what I'm going to be hitting up on that topic today, and so it's so awesome. And so, hey, Sarah. And so, yeah, it's going to be it's kind of cool. She did great, and so I'm so happy for her. And like I said, you really, like, for her and I, we talk a lot, and I've been pulled back because of it, because I really wanted her to focus on it. So, like, her and I used to just talk almost every day constantly about things, and it was like a nonstop thing. And so I wanted to give her as much space as possible because she deserved, that time. And I don't want my, blankety blank, bothering her, still hit her up with our numbers. I still do the number thing with her. So I couldn't stop that. But at the same time, it was fun to, watch everything that's unfolded for months. And then here she is. So congrats to her. And because she's going to have to leave in a little bit anyway, because she's got a client that she has to do a session on. So yeah, it was awesome. So congrats, Jen. So back to what I was doing. So yeah, after the show's with, I'm going to go with a couple of people to a little bit of a grand opening holistic shop. So I'm excited for that. And then tonight, earlier this week on Wednesday, which is interesting because this is going to keep tying into a lot of stuff. My mom's birthday was this past Wednesday. And so it was, it's awesome. I mean, obviously, and then I'm getting phone calls right now. So I am like I said, I was so we had we did that, but now we're having a party tonight for her, so we'll get together and have dinner and things like that. So, like, I'm hardly ever going to be home. Like, this is like my home time right now. And so see see. Oh my gosh. Yes. See, that's what I said. Jen and I just do these numbers things, and it's insane. So I love it. And busy day. So I'm excited to do all that and things. So that's awesome. So that's my day. This week has been truly up and down for me. I mean, I think Wednesday was my mom's birthday, but at the same time, I was in bad shape. I was in super rough shape. And I can't get into everything on it because there's some personal aspects to it. But it was weird because, and we've all been there, we've all had that and things. So and I will let her know, Sarah. we all go through these moments, have different situations and moments we go through. But it was weird was that when I was Wednesday morning seemed okay. It doesn't seem horrible, but when I got to work, everything just kind of went downhill from there. And again, there were some things with work that just kind of irritated me. And it was funny was I was in a building, and you guys, most of you don't, well, if you know me and you hang out with me, I tend to let some language slide from time to time. I try not to do that on shows because I want to keep it clean in case any children are around. But I do tend to, throw some words out there because it's me. It's who I am. But I know how to turn it off. And so I was so upset over a work situation that there was nobody in the building yet. I was the only one there. And let's just put it this way. If there was people there, they probably were wondering, why is somebody yelling? So I'm laughing about it now because now that, it's like, oh man, I should have controlled myself a little bit better, but I was so upset. Thank you, Jen. And so, all right, Jennifer H, you have a good one. Thank you. But I was, yeah, it was just flowing out of me. And I had to pack up. I had to leave to go to another building. And I'm walking out of the building. I'm swearing. And I get my car and I'm swearing even louder. Get to the building. I'm walking into the building swearing. Get inside. I'm swearing. And so I was bad. That was pretty bad. And so, but see, a lot of that, not just because of work, but there was also some personal things going on that weren't there. But the problem is when everything started adding together, it just tipped. Everything just started falling over and it just all went. And so, for the rest of the day, I'm kind of upset. And then I had this song, and this is where I think it'd be kind of fun. I had this song pop into my head, and I've heard the song. It's probably been a few weeks or months or something like that since the last time I heard it. But it's not really old, but it popped in my head, and I'm like, and the problem is I knew what exactly, Jen. I knew the basics of the lyrics were, and I was like, so I just happened to be on my lunch hour. So I pulled up the video and I'm playing the song and I'm listening to the lyrics. And I'm like, oh my God. It's like matching up to a T. Everything that's going on with me, all the feelings, all the emotions and things were just like, and so I'm like, oh, how is this even possible? And the problem is then, I'm listening to it, but then it hits me, deep. So you got to remember, day was okay. Then it went really bad. So then there's all this anger. And then now all of a sudden I'm listening to the song and I'm relating to so much of it. And it's now starting to break me down into, a crying ball of a mess, a sappy emotional person. So I'm like riding the roller coaster on Wednesday. So sure enough, I've got to hold it back because I was around other people. So I'm holding it. Well, of course, in the car ride, I'm playing the song over and over and over again. And every time I'm playing the song, it's just pouring out of me. And I'm like, wow, could it be any more of a release? The problem is at the time, it just didn't feel like it because of everything that was going on. I just didn't feel that this was a release at all. But it was, because then later that evening, I kind of understood it. And a couple people in particular were giving advice, and so I was like, it didn't feel like it, but I knew, okay, I'm getting it all out. And then, I just got up Thursday and turned and burned. And now, here we are. And I can look back and, still not forget it. But at the same time, it was something I had to go through. There was that range, and again, there were so many neat things that happened. And there's one more thing or two more things I want to hit you, and then we're going to get going. So I was just like, and I, like I've posted about, it's one thing that we all go through and we kind of, hope for a good week. We all do. Who wants a crappy week, right? And so, the week was going good, and then you hit Wednesday, but it was weird because it was that balance. And, and I've talked about it and others have talked about it. We have to have a balance in life, and you got to have some good and you got to have some bad. And there's, you got to play them both. And, as horrible as it is, you don't want the bad, but, it had to happen. It had to keep me down to earth and keep me, even though I needed all that to happen, it was all designed to happen for Wednesday. It just, sometimes you want to plan it out. It's like, yeah, let's make today the day that I'm going to be an emotional wreck. No, it doesn't work that way. It just shows up when you least expect it. Sometimes you can predict a little bit, but not always. Okay, Carrie. Yep. Yeah. I swear a couple of the days during the week when we have very human days felt like a huge, yeah. And see, that's the other thing I think was important is there's others that have been talking about that stuff. Like there's, wasn't just me going through things. I mean, some had it for several days in a row. And so, but that's what I think, we need to do. We got to keep talking about it, hey, you guys experiencing this and stuff. And it's good to kind of throw it out there. And that's why sometimes I try to post it, but see, I was in really rough shape Wednesday. I just didn't have the energy for it, so I just didn't, and I, again, then we were getting close to the week, and I was waiting for key information for today's show. So, here we are. I'm gonna do this one first, and then I'm gonna back up because this last one will be great. Uh, got some exciting things. See, this is what I was saying. This is the balance this week has shown me. So I got an opportunity. It was kind of happening a little bit, but there's a good chance that about 20 minutes from my house, there's a holistic shop, and that's what I'm going to call it. And yeah, right, Carrie. Hey, James. Hey, Jim. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, it is Margaret Murphy's Law for sure. And I got it kind of like I'm going to put it like this just because it's probably the right word for it, but it's not how it should be or how it should sound. But I kind of have an audition to possibly go to this holistic. Well, I am going to the holistic shop, and I'm gonna, it's not yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from 2 weeks. I'm not gonna say what day it is, so that way you all can't be like, I want no good lucks. I just want it to flow. But I get to go to this holistic shop in the evening, and I get to sort of audition, in a way, but more so just getting to meet the owner and stuff. And if I'm gonna try to do some readings, I'm gonna take some of my flutes and kind of jam a little bit, and take my cards just as a backup, and but kind of give a little bit of a roundabout of what I do and things. And then what could possibly happen is I'll just have a place once in a while that or a consistent place. Maybe it'll be once a week that I'll be at this place. Hey, Dana, good morning. And Roddy, how are you doing, sir? So I'm excited that there could be, because obviously I can't do in-person stuff at my home. It's not, I mean, it's big enough, but I got family that's wandering around and stuff, so that's not going to be cool. So I can't do things here. That's why I usually have to do it like through a phone call or a video call or whatnot. So it'll be nice to have this an opportunity to get in, and it should be really cool. So I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm excited for that. So in a couple of weeks I'll get to do that in the evening, and so we'll see how that goes, but I will keep everybody posted on that. But I'm not going to tell you guys when it is. I said 2 weeks. That's good enough. Okay, final thing, and then we're gonna run in here. Yeah, and Dana, yep. So final thing. Now, this happened earlier in the week, but hey, good morning, Sharon. This one, if I don't, there could be a chance I'm gonna break down on this one. I really do. I think I'm gonna. There's probably a chance I'm gonna start crying. And you guys will understand it. Those of us that do mediumship, holistic things, this this is just one of those that you can't hold back, because it is it's yeah. So the previous week I got a mysterious package. Now, mysterious in the fact that I didn't remember ordering anything, but I just kind of let it sit for a while. It just didn't feel right to mess with it or touch it, that sort of thing. And it was small, and you guys will see here in a second. And I finally got something, told me to open it. So I opened this, and I'm looking at it, and it's a small little box, and I'll show you what the box looks like. Okay. It's just like this. I'm like, I don't remember ordering anything, and I have nothing. There's nothing on any of my bank accounts that show, a payment somewhere. So I'm like, well, it's not like somebody used my account or anything like that, because I don't have any charges for something this small, and considering what's in it. So I'm like, okay. So I opened the box, and then I look inside. Now, when I see what this is, and you guys will see it in a second, I immediately know what it is. And I know I didn't order something like this. But the unique thing about this, I'm going to tell you that this was a huge message. And so here it goes. It's building. I can feel it. This is going to relate, because in case my dad's not watching and he doesn't tell my mom, this is going to be huge. So tonight, when I give this to her, it's gonna freak her out, and say I'm gonna lose it. So let me show you what it is, and then you guys will be like, well, that doesn't make any sense, but it will when I describe why. So okay, it's a necklace, and it's got a crown on it, and it says 1987. Okay. Now, I tell you guys all the time, I said, you have to be aware of messages. You have to be. And it can come in any way. And to get this is it's wild. I mean, it's really, really wild to see this. And 1987 um, was the year my grandfather died. So, and I know anybody that does mediumship is just like they're going to lose their minds right now. But and to think about it, when I opened it, it was leading into this week because it was my mom's birthday. So it's her dad, my grandfather coming through, and I always say you look for those messages and you look for the coins and you got to look at the dates on there and see what it represents, because it's, I mean, how amazing is that, and that's why I said I made sure I didn't buy something. And even then, why would I buy a year, a necklace with a year on it, and even then it has a crown on it. So it can't get any more defined than that, and I know she's gonna lose it, but I couldn't tell her as much as I wanted to. I wanted to tell her so badly on Wednesday, but I knew I couldn't, because it would, I wanted to enjoy her birthday, and I didn't, as I knock over the world here, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to do it, even though it made sense. I should have, but I thought it'd be even more important just doing it in person. I thought that personal touch, and I'll probably do this again later, but like I said, any of you that do this stuff and you see something like this, I mean, is that any more clear? I mean, no records of me buying this, um, and granted, you don't want to remember, the last year, but to uh, to get any more clear, I mean, there's just no way. There's no way. I mean, nobody knew that. Nobody, you got to be my family to know that. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty wild later, but that's okay. At least I can get some of this out now. so, so that's why I had to. That's why I wanted to share that, because, like I said, you guys, you just the messages, it little, small, big, whatever. I mean, music. I mean, it's just how, I mean, even for me, I might seem tough. I might kind of have that, biker look or something like that, but you can easily break me down sometimes, and I do, I, s- I do put my heart on my sleeve a lot, which is bad in some regards, but at the same time, how can I care? How can I help people if I'm not willing to break down a little bit? So, uh, it's going to be, tonight's going to be pretty amazing. So, we'll see how well I do. I might just have to give her the box, but even then I thought it'd be kind of cool. Like, I did set it up a little bit, so it's not so much, but, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'll let you guys know. I mean, obviously I'm not going to film that or anything like that, because that'll be a private moment, but yeah. So, so yeah, I had to throw that at you guys, and that way it makes more sense to see that, I get them all the time. I get these messages, and sometimes it's physical, which is even better. I'm so busy that you can't always tap into this and that, and so sometimes that physical thing just kind of helps validate, uh, everything. So thank you so much. Thank you guys. Appreciate all that love and hugs and stuff. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And I'm good. But like I said, I knew it would. I mean, but because it was powerful, Um, so yeah, it's awesome. So I'm going to just keep moving on. Let's keep going, because now's the fun part. Now's the thing that I've been dreaming of for a while, and there it is. I will, Sharon. I will. And So I don't remember exactly when, but it's got to be at least 4 years, maybe 5, that this has been on my mind. And how can I make this work out in my area, mind you? Um, and Margaret, yeah, I mean, definitely, definitely. You know, like I don't want to take a lot of time for that, but yeah, um, but yeah, this opportunity, hit me even harder last year to where um I reached out and partnered up for this class to sort of be a permanent fixture moving forward, because in the end, um many moons from now, many years from now, when and I'm going to give you names and stuff, when this person does retire, if he ever does, I would love to be the person that would, pass this part, or, carry the torch on, so to speak, with this class, and be able to do this class every year moving forward. So Shamanic Journeys, there's multiple names for this, but all right, Rodney, you have a good one, sir. And so I was going to show you websites and things, but unfortunately I can't. But I will give you the link in the description, and then because even if I post it in the comments, it's not going to you won't be able to, it's not going to put a hyperlink on there. So but it's easy to remember and things like that. But anyway, point is, we are effectively going to be holding classes in the Toledo area. And the very first one is going to be August 6th and 7th. So class one, Shamanic Journeys class number 1, is going to be on August 6th and 7th, with Friday being an optional day for anybody. Now, we a lot of you that have been interested and have talked about it for a long time know that, we all work, and so sometimes it's hard to get, days off. So I made it as best I could, get it on a weekend. And so Friday is going to be optional, and not, you still could go to work. You still can go to work. And then, depending on where you're at, because I know there'll be be some Ohio people, and there's going to hopefully be a lot of Michigan people, because most of them have heard, me talk about this class forever. It's how it all began for me, and, we'll dive into it here in a minute. But uh this is something I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to bring it here. I wanted to get it closer, because the school's name is called Midwest Native Skills Institute, and they're out of Cleveland. And my good friend who runs the school is Tom Laskowski. And I'm going to bring, because of my day today, I didn't have a chance to bring him on. But in the future here, I'm going to have him jump on the show, and we'll dive into the class, even though I'm going to talk a little bit about it. But I'll have him come on. We'll talk about things just to kind of promote it a little bit more in a way. And that way I'll give you guys a little bit more insight, even from an instructor standpoint, which, at least I can say I'm in that instructor spot now too. But so, but yeah, it's where it all began for me. And the basis, the foundations of that I talk about, this is where it all begins. And this isn't necessarily the only, I'm not saying that this class is it, no, what I did is this class presented itself at the right time for me. And here it is, it's changed my life. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I would, all right, Jen, have a great session. This wouldn't happen. I wouldn't be doing this show right now. You know what I mean? There's no way. There's none of this wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be doing anything like this if I didn't have this class, because this is what opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And it happened at the right time, the right place, the right time. And so that's the cool thing about this, is that that's why it's been a dream to bring it closer to people, instead of, because I know travel and stuff. And even then, we know traveling right now is tough because of gas prices and things. So I wanted to get it closer to the Ohio-Michigan border, because again, most of you I know are in the 2 states. And so it is in the Ohio part, but not too far from the border. So shouldn't be a horrible drive for many of you, but it'll be really cool because, if you guys are interested, you can sign up. He did lower the price down because of it being in a new spot for him. He was out last weekend. So Tom and I and got to visit. Those of you, you hear me talk about Carmen occasionally. It's going to be at her place. She's got a lot of land and a lot of great places that we can make this class work. And we have a lot of great ideas to add to the class, and there's some changes that are happening. So it's going to just be a really amazing weekend. And again, we're going to put Friday as optional for people because, again, you guys know that the idea is to shift your minds, and to way to truly get into these things is that you got to shut your brain down. And that's the hardest thing about this is when I did it, it was Friday through Sunday, but because people have a hard time getting off on Friday and stuff, or half a day or whatever, and then you got to so Friday was always that transition to get your brain out of everything you've been doing, all the stress of stuff out of there, so that way when we hit the ground running on Saturday, you guys are ready, because there's a lot of meditations, a lot of them. And Rachel's, I'm going to call her out, but for her, she's struggled with meditation because the brain, where brains are so chaotic, we want to run this way and that. And so, I've given her some little things to try, and she's doing great. She's finally sticking in it a little bit more. And that's the whole thing. So we're going to do meditation after meditation. The energy is going to be off the charts. One exciting addition to this is that, typically we have music, because it's not mandatory to have music, but it definitely helps your brain a little bit, adjust and calm down. Well, I'm going to be having, on several exercises or meditations, really, I'm going to be playing live music. So it's going to add a whole nother element, instead of just being something that's on a recorder, CD or something. So the live music is going to change the dynamics of the meditations. So yeah, I did not mention that, Debbie, but thank you for bringing that up. So again, it's good for a whole, so you could show up Friday, but that option will come up later on, and we'll talk about that, down the road. But when you sign up for the class, you're just basically paying for the 6th and 7th. And right now, like I said, he dropped the price for it. So he's doing a special price of $295. And that's, again, because so many of have heard from me talk about this. And so he wanted to, give a break to everybody that is in the area, and, any of my Michigan things. Hey, Joe. Yeah, not today, but, I'm going to be teaching a class and there will be that in there. But yeah, it's going to be really cool because, but so anyway, yeah. So we do have the options, because there's enough land that you can sleep, you bring your own tent, you can sleep. I don't know if there's going to be a ton of room for like people with campers and stuff. We didn't bring up that, but we can certainly cross that path. So I will double check, but even then, if you're bringing a camper, obviously it can't be like, gigantic, but I don't think you're going to have hookups then. So regardless, I know not everybody's camping type, and so it's not mandatory that you stay there. But there is hotels within a reasonable distance away. I think the closest one is like 10 minutes, maybe about 10 minutes. And then there's one there. And then if you go even further, about another, I think it's like 15, little over 15 minutes, there's a whole slew of hotels. So there is options, and that can factor into your budgets and things. So there is that. So yeah, so you camp the whole time, and whether it's on site or you want to get a hotel, that's completely fine. Again, there's, that's up to you guys. We will be providing food. So unless you have really specific diets or something like that, we'll try to accommodate as best we can. But sometimes, you you might, if there's like some snacks or something that you need, you can certainly bring that stuff. And then, like, again, if there's any specialized drinks and stuff like that, if you have certain teas that you want to drink or whatever, by all means, bring anything you want, because, you want to be comfortable too. And obviously, there could be I'm hoping that we can really, push the envelope on this, and, really, the more people we can get to do this, the more awesome it gets. And that's a bad way to put it, but it's a good thing too. If we can get double digits, oh, it just makes the class like insane. So that's my, hope is that we'll be able to get enough of get over 10, 12, maybe 15 people out there, and it'll be insanely cool. So, and, you know, anybody that's even been doing this a while, it's still kind of cool. It's almost like a refresher or just another way of maybe you did things this way, but you just kind of get an idea of something else that might be an option for you. So even if you do like I would take this class over again. Granted, I'll be teaching it, so I'm going to do it again anyway. But it's the whole thing of that where you can really dive in and learn a few things, or even then, just the point that you're going to spend the whole weekend with a lot of like-minded people that are wanting to get into things, and then you got other people that just maybe want to sharpen them up. That's the fun part about it. So you could be a master medium, which even then this class isn't really technically about mediumship. It has nothing to do with it. That was a path that then, or opportunity that opened for me. So that's the fun part, is you start here and then you never know which way it's going to lead you. But one thing to note for people that are curious is, so we some believe it, some don't. And again, the class is not based on any type of religion. Everything is kind of open-minded. Plenty of people that are religious take the class, and then there's some that don't. So it really doesn't matter. There's not so much of a, it's this and that. You know what I mean? So I mean, you leave it up to yourself. But again, anybody can take this. The basis and even the generalized look at is, we all have those gut feelings, for those that have never heard messages from the other side. We always, oh, why do I feel like I shouldn't do that? Or maybe I shouldn't turn down that road. Why is that? Well, you're having your guides come through, and they're the ones that are kind of helping you out. They're always been there. It's whether you were willing to listen to them or not. So this class basically explores of opening those doors, getting you started, because obviously we can only do so much in a weekend. But it gives you a chance to possibly meet them, because again, how fast can you quiet your mind down for the class? That's the key. But you're going to learn things. You guys can bring recorders. You guys can use your phones. You can actually record the guided meditations. You'll be able to record it, and you can take it home and practice this stuff at home and continue to expand and explore it. That's the cool thing I did. I recorded the whole class 1, and then I came home and I worked it. And I mean, I was doing, this stuff for years. I did for 7 years before the mediumship door opened up. So, that's the thing that's neat, is you can take this stuff home, you can record it there, it's no big deal. Maybe I'll have to charge, a few bucks for people taking my music with them. I mean, I might have to do that. So, give me some love donations. You know what I'm saying? You can be listening to my music all the time. I want some credit here. No, I'm kidding. But absolutely, it's going to be a blast. Like I said, you're really going to, we're going to take you step by step. We're going to work you through each thing, especially if you've never done anything like this. And again, I've always said that it's a stair step, and that's a key word. Key word is stair step. And just remember that for anybody that's going to come take it, stair step is a very important word, because even then, anybody that's done any research on shamanic journeys, you'll have an idea. So let me do this real quick. I'm going to put that up, and I will explain that real quickly. So survivalschool.com. Now, the main part of Midwest Native Skills Institute, Tom's, school, is more outdoor survival based. Okay. It's, which is, again, I'm going to, give him credit, promote his things as well, because I was an avid, guy that was going out there learning the skills, and I became a teaching assistant for a long time until this stuff started blossoming. And then I couldn't go and do the survival stuff anymore. But I was under the, always in the impression of, what happens, what if you don't have this, or what happens you don't have anything, how do you make it? How do you survive? And so it's learning the old ways, whether you have equipment or you have none. So that's the basis. That's why it's survivalschool.com. And if you guys go up, and unfortunately, I was going to show you the website and things, but I can't because it's not sharing today. You can click on courses at the top, and then what you do is you're going to scroll. You'll see you'll see the shamanic journeys. You'll kind of see like a funny part is you're going to see a wizard looking guy like me, picture. And so you get not richly me, but but you can click on that and then you'll see the thing and it'll have a drop down and you guys will see the actual dates. So like I said, the August, by the way, it's 10-10-1010. So again, the class 1 is August 6th and 7th. So you'll be able to click on that. And then I think credit card. I don't know if I can't remember if he does PayPal or not, but anyway. So that's there. And then we're also going to do class 2 the following month on the 24th and 25th. So Shamanic Journeys 2 will be the following. Now, you don't have to do that. You don't have to come back. So, I mean, that's bad marketing on my side of things, right? But you may want to. I did. I took both. I think I had 2 months in between, but I took both. I think the first one was like, no, maybe it was only a month. I think it was. Anyway, I took them back to back because I love this stuff and I was into it. I mean, as soon as I got home, I was doing this stuff like crazy, meditating all the time and connected with my guides and just loving it. So we do have that opportunity. So no, I know it might be a little soon for some people and that's okay. A lot of times people that have taken the classes will, come back years later and want to take that second one. So completely fine. But again, class 2 is in September, Debbie. So yeah, 24th and 25th. And we'll do just like class 1, where we'll have the 23rd, Friday the 23rd as an optional day. Yes, the prices will stay the same this year. So it'll be $295 for both classes, well, each. And then the price goes back up to normal next year if we continue to have these classes at Carmen's house. So yeah, $295 for both, Well, $295 each. So that's like that's going to be awesome. Again, I'm trying to think. In a lot of this, there's some description of the class, and then when you sign up for it, you're going to get an email eventually once the class gets closer of some basic things to bring along. Sometimes when you do meditations and stuff like that. Now we're August. I doubt it. I doubt you're going to have any problems. But sometimes people get a little bit cooler because when you are doing meditation, you're slowing your heart rate down, so your blood flows slower. So sometimes people need to cover up. I doubt August will, but so the Amy, it basically, if we can get if you're talking about how many people can show up, the more, the merrier. I mean, I was about 5 or 10 minutes ago, I was just like, if we can get double digits, that would make the class even more incredible. But I think the first time I did it, there was 6 of us. And then when I did Shamanic 2, there was only like 4 of us. So it was the second class was way small. But the second class is a little bit more personal. I mean, everything is personal, but you do you will get to meet other people, and you're going to be partnering up with somebody for the entire weekend. And it needs to be somebody you don't know. So we'll work that all out. But again, that's something that'll happen on site. But yeah, as far as people go, we want as many as possible. It'd be granted, we won't know until, the numbers start coming in and stuff like that. But, we hope that would be a little bit more even because, again, we do some partnering for several exercises and meditations. So that's, important. And the cool thing is even with me being an instructor and stuff like that, I will, even jump in if I need to help be somebody's partner. So you might get lucky and have to work with me a little bit. So scary enough. I know. Don't worry. I won't blow you away that much. I'll tone it down. So in case you're my partner, but it's better if it's, people that, you haven't met and that are there actually taking the class. That makes it go a little bit better, in the long run. So, but, so that's kind of cool. And we take breaks and things like that. And we're going to, like I said, there's tons of meditations and they're not really long. They're not really, you're not going to be like, bored of it. Trust me, you're not going to be bored. Most of the time, at least from my perspective, it's like, I can't wait for the next one. What's the next one's going to be? What, I was so eager, because it was so much fun. And again, the energy that everybody puts out, everybody's there for the same reasons. And that just blows me away. Again, why you guys all hang out, in the mornings with me. I mean, it's just so awesome to see all of you and have you commenting. And it's just that energy. We're all looking at through some type of electronic device, and it's just, you could still feel that energy. So, and then Carmen, there you go. That's true. There is a very large pond. So if anybody would care to take a dip, because it could be quite warm, you can certainly do that. Thanks, Carmen. And yeah, so that has been something, that I wanted to, and then, I wanted to bring it, close to it, but it was like, I didn't know anybody that, instead of renting like property and things like that, which, could be hit or miss, you don't know what the energies are of that place. And it's so crazy how then, even then, crossing paths with Carmen, and, then even actually getting to, see the property for the first time, which was in December, and it was colder and I'll get out, but we're standing outside, and you could just feel the presence of a lot of native spirits and things. And so Amy, it won't be quite like a vision quest type of thing, because if a true vision quest, you'd have to be by yourself. However, there is several times that you guys will go and you will find a spot on the property, and you will have to do one of your meditations by yourself. So for for a handful of times you will, and even then, Saturday night there'll be one. So there will be some night stuff. And again, if you want to come out extra early on Friday, which will probably be, towards the evening hours. So if you're gonna, camp out, you can have time to set up, and then, we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna ask probably for, maybe a little bit of a love donation Friday night, but we're gonna do, some early exercises, some things to help transition your minds to get ready for Saturday. And there's a lot of fun things that we're gonna get to do. So yeah, if you feel like coming out the day before, or make it out in the evening, we're gonna, we'll get more specific on times and things like that. But, like I said, it's, oh man, it's going to be a blast. So Donna, the dates in August is the 6th and 7th. I'm going to keep looking at it just so I don't screw that up. So 6th and 7th, so that's the very first weekend of August. And the Friday, the 5th, will be the option. So 6th and 7th is the main class days. But if people can, want to and come out Friday night, again, that's highly suggested, but understandable if you can't. But again, it's getting that Friday night in there helps you transition. So, well, thank you, Margaret. That works out as well. And so, again, when you guys go to survivalschool.com, you'll see the dates on there for class 1, 6th and 7th, and then you just sign up and go from there. So, absolutely. So yeah, so we'll have a lot of fun, and again, like I said, there's a lot of exercises, there's a lot of discussions. That's big too. And this is the point where, I understand that there's a lot of people that aren't very vocal when it comes to, maybe you're, not so much you want to talk in front of somebody. This is the opportunity to do those things, break down that barrier, and share, what may have happened during your meditation, because it might help somebody else, or somebody sitting next to you might have went through the same situation in it, which is a good thing. So these are the times where we want, people to talk. And again, this is a great environment for that. This is a perfect class for that, because there isn't any judging. That's not how it works. There's no judging here. So this is different than a lot of classes. Now, I'm not saying classes other like this, any other type of teaching things, mediumship and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you taking something completely else, there could be, but again, we're not, No, Debbie, not you. She's awesome. But thanks, Rachel. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Like I said, more things are going to keep happening as we get closer, because right now we really wanted to make sure we give enough people the chance to save up if they still need to save up, and plan it. Like I said, again, if you want to camp, you can certainly do that. If not, there will be an indoor bathroom available. If we get a crazy amount of people, then we might have to rent some porta john type of thing, because if we get really crazy with numbers, then we don't need a huge line. So other cool things too is about the places that we do have. So even we're going to do as much as we can outdoors, but we do have the opportunity to move indoors. So Carmen does a lot of holistic and type of sessions and things. So she has a studio. She had a big garage turned into a studio. So if we need to, if by chance it's a wet weekend, we can be inside. We can, it's a big room, so we'll all be able to sit around. There is a chance that we may ask, to bring like a folding chair with you. Just even if you don't need it, but it's nice to have it. So that way, especially like inside, because again, we're going to be sitting in circles a lot. And so, there's some areas to sit in, some chairs to sit in, but again, that'll be like one requirement is just to, have a folding chair with you, or whatever chair you need, or stool. But I would recommend a chair with a back on it, because when you do meditations, it'll be nice to just kind of lean and not, I leaned back in my chair again, it's not just, it's a posture thing. It's just that make yourself comfortable. I know good meditation is just being able to sit perfectly still, and straight up, but we want to make it comfortable for all. So yeah. And even then, there's, if people want to get closer to the ground, again, this is a lot of connecting with the energy of the earth and everything as well. So, you want to be able to touch things, and you guys might see me barefoot the whole weekend, because that'll be like a major grounding thing the entire time. So that'll be encouraged to be able to walk around barefoot. Don't concern yourselves with getting dirty. That's not the point. The point is staying connected, and anything you can do to enhance the class for you personally, I can't recommend that enough. So take another sip here because we're winding down. But yeah, so just absolutely, so excited for this to happen. And I can't wait to see as many of you, if you can make it or not. Like I said, I totally understand it. Money, traveling, all that stuff factors in, and I get it. You know what I mean? I hope, that a lot of you can, and that's why, again, pushing it as far out as we could to give you guys enough time to save up, so that way you can make it. And it'll be fun, because again, there's so many of you that, some of you, might make it, and you guys will see some of the names, and now you get to put the name with the face, and, it'll just be like, almost like a party in a way, and it's, I love that. Like I said, I've been pushing it for so long, and now it's happening. So I'm just giddy over it. I mean, I just can't get over the fact that we finally made it work out. The right location happened, and Tom himself, it wasn't even really of a blink of an eye for me to partner up with them moving forward. But even then, for him to travel all the way out from Cleveland, spend a little, a couple hours at Carmen's house, walking the place and seeing all the different areas, seeing what we could do this way and that way, and where we can do stuff. And there's so many things that we can now even explore and add to the class and make it better. I'm even more excited, because it's like, I know what the class is like. I spent a lot of time in them, and now I get to see it even change right before my eyes. So now it's like, this is going to be like a home run, And so I can't, and even then, even if we only get, a handful of people and stuff like that, it's still going to be a blast. So I'm just hoping that, we can see a lot of you out there. And, again, this is how it began for me. I would not be doing this. I wouldn't be promoting this. I wouldn't be doing this show. I wouldn't have a Medium page. I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for this class. And again, that might not if you guys do this and you stick with it, this isn't necessarily going to be what you end up doing. That's not the whole thing. You could go in a different direction. Or you can just continue to use this, because again, you're going to be learning to talk to your guides, and you yourself are going to be able to ask those questions. Hey, what should I do? Should I do this or should I do that? You can go into a meditation, meet up with your guides and throw that question out there, and they're going to look at you and they're going to give you an answer, and then you're going to be like, all righty then, and you're going to pop back out of your meditation and you're going to do it. Plain simple. Every time my guides have suggested something, they have never been wrong. The only time is when I am stubborn and be like, no, I'm not going to do that, and then I pay for it. So your guides are always right. That's the fun part. Don't hate on them. They know what's up. They've already seen it all. So, oh, cool. Thanks, Shannon. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Tom and myself, especially, being the ones that are going to, lead the class, but, and even Carmen, I mean, we're going to make sure that anybody that comes out, we'll do whatever we can to help you all out, make it as comfortable as possible. And, I understand, like even like Debbie and even Margaret, like there is opportunities when you get to go to your spots that you will pick out. Some of us will even help carry a chair out there for you or preset a chair out there for your spot. So that way, hey, Sharon, have a good day. We'll make things work. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you are going to be moving in the dark. And so you're not going to necessarily want to use flashlights to blind yourself. So, because that takes away from the experience too. So again, this is some other fun things that you guys will get to explore. And you kind of go down my path where, walking around in the dark, non-paranormal, and we won't get into it, but I think I'll highlight it. I'll purposely highlight it, but I'll bring up about the whole snow walk thing, so you guys can actually hear the story in person versus, through a video or even then, through messages. But we will, so we'll touch on a couple of things that, you can explore and do some very unusual things. Not so much in this class, but it'll show you where you could end up going. So, and true, Carmen's got a hot tub as well. So I don't know about August. I mean, I think the pond's going to probably be a better, opportunity to cool off. So we'll see. September will be really nice. So September, if you come back for class 2, we can jump in the hot tub. That might be a better one. So, but we got a couple minutes left. So hugs, Shannon. Oh, okay, Shannon. Yeah. Well, again, however we can make it work out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, whatever we can do to make it useful for you, and that would be awesome. So yeah, I'm trying to think. That's the thing, is I could spend probably a good another hour doing, we could go down this, but again, I want to save some too, when I get Tom on the show, and that way we can really promote the whole thing and talk a little bit more and things like that. Debbie, it certainly could be, but we are going to require some sort of clothing. It's not going to be quite Woodstock, so bathing suits, whatever. I gotta be good. I gotta be real good right now. Thanks, Debbie. Now you got my mind going weird places. Jeez, oh Pete's, shame on you. Woodstock. Holy smokes. So, okay. Nice one, Debbie. Look what you did right at the end of the show. Oh, man. So now you really got me thrown off. Jeez. You owe me for that, Debbie. Oh, my gosh. So, well, I mean, Rachel, I mean, we could be in a new moon thing, so it could be super dark. I mean, what happens after, everybody goes to bed? I mean, see, you got me going to a place I shouldn't go. Okay, I'm out. All right. Enough fun. Now back to business. But anyway, yeah, so again, super excited to make this finally work out in my area. And definitely huge thanks to Tom, and then Carmen, opening up her property to us. And it's gonna be a killer class. And in her land, I mean, I love getting a chance to go out there. Being out there last Sunday, it's just like, I just there's so many elements to her place that just like I just need to, I need to sit there and I just want to meditate and I want to do this and that. So I mean, her place is amazing, and anybody that's into this stuff, sensitive, empathic, you're going to feel it. So, Tanya, hey, that's even wow. Okay, that'll be fun. She's on the other side. Oh, there's Tanya. Where's she going? uh but first quarter of the moon that week. Well, thank you, Carrie. See, look at that, she's even looking it up. All right. So all right, I got to get going because I got to get this show reposted for the audio, and then I got to get ready to leave. So yes, so again, August 6th and 7th, and you guys can go right there. There's the link. So you just have to look up survivalschool.com, and you can click on courses and you just look for the one that has shamanic on it. And then it'll take you to that page. There's some description on it, and you can do the drop down, find, the August 6th and 7th one, and, click on that, you add it to the cart, and then, you just got to fill out the rest of the fun stuff from there. And then after that, if you by chance do sign up, let me know. It'd be great to kind of get an idea, because I won't be able to see who's signing up because of the fact that Tom's in charge of that. That's his website, so I will not be able to see it. So, but if you do, let me know, because I'd love to see so many of you there, and especially people I haven't even met yet. That's even better. It's always great to be around. So, I'm saying a lot of goodbyes. Thank you so much, everybody. Shannon, have a great day. Carrie, Deborah, Kelly, Carmen, it's all good. Debbie, thank you so much. And I'm glad you needed that, because you got me laughing. So, see, got a couple times I got tears on the show, and then you got me laughing at the end. That's great. See, that's how it works, just a little exchange and back and forth. All right. That's why we all need to be around. Amy giving hugs. I love it. Hugs back to all of you. And again, so much love, and appreciate the support. So yeah, if you guys are interested, or if you have more questions, you certainly can reach out to me. And even then, if you want to talk to Tom, you can even email him, and, so you don't even have to listen to me talk about it. You can ask him about stuff. So he'll give you, some good information too. But yeah, so August 6th and 7th, if you're interested in that one. And then obviously the 23rd, 20, and if you want to do shamanic too, 24th, 25th. So, but like I said, I want lots of people for August. So sign up, or else I will remote you into your homes and make you do it. I won't. I'm kidding. So, but yeah, I mean, and if you guys know anybody that's interested and is, that is willing to travel to Ohio, Northern Ohio, that would be awesome. And yeah, there you go. You guys can always reach out to Carmen, Natural Abilities, and you can always ask her about the property or any other things that might be associated with the land. And there's a couple secrets we are going to leave for later on. So there's a couple neat things I am keeping quiet on. So there is some other fun stuff we're going to do. But yeah, so thank you so much for being here today. I'm glad we got this information finally out to you, and you guys can get ready for it if you can make it. If you can't, totally understand. And hopefully we're going to make this a yearly thing. So, if you can't do it this year, again, understandable. We'll get dates for next year, locked in, usually, end of the year, beginning of the year type of thing. And, maybe we'll see you next year if you can't do this year. So, yeah. So with that said, I'm going to get out and get on with the rest of my busy day, even though it's going to be all fun, and I can't wait. And so, yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for being here. This has been the Mid-Morning Medium Chat with Adam the Black Swamp Medium, and I will see you again very soon, hopefully in a post, updating you about other things that happened today, especially the necklace. And I'll let you guys know that in a post probably tomorrow. And then all the other things that might happen this week. So we'll see. So, all righty. We'll see you soon. You guys take care. Thank you so much. All my love, light, and peace to each and every single one of you. Thank you.